Have you caught a no-hitter before in your career, and what does this mean to you to see this happen?
I've never caught a no-hitter before. That was the most incredible thing that I've ever been a part of behind the plate. I remember watching it last year with Giolito. I was nervous on the bench last year. I was thinking about what McCann was feeling, and I felt it tonight. I was about as nervous as I've ever been back there, but it was a lot of fun, and obviously Carlos had his stuff tonight, and um, no words can explain how I felt in that last inning.
You're sitting right there when Roberto Perez gets hit by that pitch. What goes through your mind at that point?
I mean, it obviously sucks. I mean, he's way off the plate. I kind of set up a little bit further in just to make sure that we didn't give him a pitch right over the middle of the plate. Wanted to bury that slider just to make sure that he wasn't putting a good swing on it, and pulled a little bit. I think he got hit more because he didn't recognize the pitch rather than we hit him. Most of the time, you recognize that pitch, you move out of the way, but he just didn't see it, and after that, I just moved on to get to know.
James Fegan.
Zach, how much have you worked with Carlos to have the kind of rapport that you showed tonight, and just how much were you guys in sync through this game?
I've worked with him a decent amount this year. I've only caught him one time this year. That was spring training. But I'm catching their bullpens as much as I can and stuff when I'm not playing, and trying to learn as much as possible, whatever they like to throw and stuff like that. Obviously, the stuff that Carlos has shown this year has been pretty good, and I mean, we went into that with extreme confidence, and what we did offensively definitely helped tonight too.
You went through so much defensive work and development to become a major league catcher. What is it like to kind of have this event to be a part of, to kind of stamp the progress that you've made? Yeah,
huge milestone for me. There's a ton of people that said that I would never catch in a big league game, and I would just be a first baseman, DH, and just the work that I put in the last couple of years and last 6-7 years, and then learning from the guys. Like, I can't give enough credit to McCann and Yaz and these guys who've helped me through this, and I feel extremely good behind the plate right now, and obviously tonight, pretty good.
Lamont Pope.
Hey, Zach, just how would you describe Carlos tonight?
Electric. I don't know if you saw the fastballs he was throwing. There are a lot of swing and misses on that. He didn't really throw a slider too much. He's usually a big-time heavy slider guy, and tonight we were blowing fastballs by guys. He was up to 98 in that last inning after 100-plus pitches. Obviously, he's feeling good right there, and we everything was working. No matter what I put down, he was putting it where I wanted to. Everything defensively was working for us. We were getting balls hit right at us, and people were making plays. Good play by Leary right there in the seventh, I think it was. As the game went on, we just had more and more confidence, and we got it done.
Cheryl.
Zach, what kind of appreciation do you and the rest of the team have for Carlos with everything he's gone through, all the injuries, being non-tendered, signing a free agent, and being able to do this tonight?
Yeah, extreme respect for him. Obviously, been a grinder through his career. He was highly touted coming out of the draft, and got up real quick and showed people that he can do his job, and then had a couple injuries and obviously dealing with a couple things. For him to battle back from a couple different surgeries and stuff like that, like he has, and come back to us this year and show what he's shown so far has been incredible.
What was the communication like between innings between you and him? Was there much talk, or was it just pretty silent?
There was no communication.
It makes sense.
As we're walking off the field, that boy Carlos, that's it.
Bruce Levine.
I'll just follow the question from Cheryl by asking you if you were talking to Ethan or any of the other pitching people or catching people in between innings, and did he shake you at all? Shake off any of the signs tonight?
I don't remember if he shook off. He definitely didn't shake off from like the third or fourth on. I don't remember if he shook off in the first or second, but there was no communication with me and anybody in between innings in in the dugout or anywhere. I was just going straight into the dugout. If I was up to bat, I was going to hit. If I wasn't, I was sitting in the batting cage, just kind of locked in, focused on what we were going to do to the next hitter.
And since there wasn't anybody on base until the end, there were no calls for throwovers or anything else at all coming from there either, right?
Yeah, nothing. I think this is probably going to be the least I'll ever talk to the coaching staff and the starting pitcher, which is a good thing.
Mike Meiding.
Zach, how we doing?
What's up, Coach?
I have 2 questions for you. First of all, from your angle, what was your thought of Abreu when he dived for first base or made that slide into first base? From your angle, what was your thoughts?
At first, I was worried that he was going to get himself hurt. Then, I knew he was going to do everything he possibly could to get that guy out. Tough play there. I know Pito was going to do whatever he could to get him out, and I thought he was out the whole time. I didn't really think that it was going to be overturned at all. I know it's something that they have to call a challenge for because what's going on in the game, they just have to call for a challenge there. But I haven't looked at video or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that close.
My second question, when you think about this game or once it's set in, and the fact that whatever happens with the rest of your career, you and Carlos will go down in baseball history as a 1-2 pitcher catcher for a no-hitter.
Yeah, it's something that every catcher dreams of, obviously, to catch a no-hitter or one pitch away from a perfect game. Obviously, hats off to Carlos, but our communication and everything that we did before the game and everything like that was amazing, and there's nothing that can ever take this away from me, and it's just pretty cool.
Mark.
Hey, Zach, is what your means doing at the plate pretty much just commonplace now for you guys? I mean, you're 12 games into the season and the guy's still hitting over 500, and I mean, he just seems to have a great approach. It's not like he's dunking these in here; he's hitting the ball hard.
It's always been commonplace for me. When I played with him in Charlotte, I knew the kid would always hit. Obviously, what he's doing now is pretty cool, but I'm not surprised at all.
Anna.
Hey, Zach, you mentioned that you were really nervous. When do you think you started to get nervous? When did it start to feel like there was something on the line?
When we were through 6, perfect, I started to get a little bit nervous. And it was a good nervous. It wasn't like, oh, please don't mess up nervous. It was a good nervous. Obviously, making sure that we're making the right calls and doing our best to give Carlos the best opportunity to go out there and dominate. And that's what we did tonight.
What were you doing in between innings when you weren't batting? You said you were sort of sitting in the batting cage, sort of trying to get in the zone. What are you thinking about in those moments?
As much as I could possibly be thinking about. I don't know. There was a million thoughts going through my mind. I was looking through scouting reports and stuff like that we went through before the game for the upcoming hitters that were coming up to bat that next inning, and just making sure that I was putting the right fingers down, and that's about it.
Thanks.